just want to interrupt this amazing podcast with a brief message about one of our sponsors, Lombardi Chiropractic in Oneida, New York. I found Dr. Pete 8 years ago due to my continual discomfort and pain in my back, and as an active athlete and someone who likes to play hard, my sessions in the gym started to regress. My sleep went downhill. After a comprehensive evaluation by Dr. Pete's team, I was given a detailed treatment plan. After 3 months of care, my body felt amazing. I have used Dr. Pete as my personal chiropractor for the last 8 years and attribute much of my physical abilities and overall health to his approach with chiropractic care. The good news is Lombardi Chiropractic is offering a 50% discount on the initial exam and x-rays to all new members that use the coupon code A is A. So stop trying to self-diagnose and save yourself time and money by visiting lombardichiropractic.com and schedule your initial consultation today. All right, and we're back to the A is A Health Podcast. Welcome everyone that's listening. It's me and Andy here, rocking out.
Hey guys, what's up, Josh? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, buddy. We're going to dive into some exercise myths today. We talked episode ago there on nutrition myths. Today we're going to get into some exercise myths. We're going to dive into 5 really popular ones that we hear all the time, and me and Andy are going to give you our opinion on that. And like we said in the prior episode, this is just our opinion. So, do what works best for you. And we're only here for a little bit of advice. So you want to start off with the first one?
Yeah, let's go for it. What do you got?
All right. So first one is cardio burns fat.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Cardio burns fat. So yeah, the thing that first comes to mind here is the runner that's running to get skinnier or lose weight. And they're looking for that kind of a response to that kind of training. So I don't know, we can talk a long time on this, but I'm going to start off with cardio by nature elevates cortisol, right? So cortisol is a stress hormone. And when cortisol is in an elevated state, the body actually stops burning fat. It wants to store fat because it's sensing stressors. So like imagine running from like a saber-toothed tiger, right? Like your body doesn't want to be getting ripped and losing all of its energy storage as fat. And so that's sort of what we're going at with this. And we see a lot of runners actually have higher levels of body fat compared to people that strength train. So Andy, what do you want to? Yeah.
Because I've been a runner for a really long time, and I have been lean through all of that. But the periods when I was doing the most running and running like 50 or 60 miles a week are the times when, even though I was still lean, that was where my muscle definition and my abs or whatever would kind of flatten out a little bit. Whereas when I went into periods where I was resistance training, which was usually in the winter months or whatever, when it was cold and I couldn't go running, that's when I'd be more defined and more more lean. So it is interesting. This is a great myth though, because I think a lot of people, the sad thing is a lot of people think they have to run in order to lose weight. That's kind of people's go-to modality for, I've got 20 extra pounds on me and I really need to lose this. So they think that running is what they have to do. They go hit the treadmill or the elliptical or whatever, they do cardio. And it's resistance training is a far more effective method. I would say, yeah. So in addition to your cortisol point, with the cortisol thing, it's more, I think the real danger there is if you're running too often and too long, which is what we see a lot of people do. They'll go to Planet Fitness and get on treadmills and they're doing like 30 minutes every single day. And maybe that's too much for their body. So they have like these chronically elevated cortisol levels all day long, day after day after day. And you're right, that can lead to fat storage or make it just difficult to burn away body fat. Yeah, that was a really good point there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will resort to that as their form of training, being cardio, because they don't know what else to do or what other options are out there.
Yeah, so
it's easy to run 3 5Ks a week and just throw your shoes on and go, versus writing a structured strength and conditioning program, in a gym setting. That makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and so they just go run instead.
Yeah. So I think to this point, like if we wanted to help out listeners, the people who do want to lose a little bit of weight and they're trying to figure out the best way to do it, I think 2 reasons that they gravitate towards cardio for that is one, like you just said, it's easy. Like strength training can be a little more complicated. You have to learn how to do like squats, deadlifts, bench press, push-ups, whatever it is you're going to be doing, but there's more equipment and more movements involved. Whereas an elliptical or a treadmill or whatever your cardio exercise is, that's easy. You just jump on and go. So that's the one thing that holds people back. But I think the other thing is just the education piece, where people think that they have to run or do cardio in order to lose weight. I would want people to understand that cardio, those exercises, they burn calories while you're doing them, but they don't set you up to be in a state where you're burning more calories on the rest of the day.
That's
and
a good point.
During the rest of your life. Whereas resistance training, it's far more effective for being lean in the long run, because when you're putting muscle on your body, that's actually metabolically active tissue that's going to increase your metabolism, even on the days when you're not working out, and for the rest of your life, beyond that workout session. So it changes your body in a way that your metabolism gets elevated for the long term, and you can actually get weight off and keep it off. Yeah, cardio doesn't do that for you. Cardio just burns calories while you're doing it, and then after that, there's no additional benefit. And you usually just end up eating more later to make up for the fact that you ran on the treadmill for an hour.
Absolutely. I look at the times when I was doing the most running, also nowhere near the level you were as far as volume, but I don't run even now at all. I get most of my cardio from jujitsu, but I was definitely in that like 12% body fat range, compared to the 8 or 9 now. So I was, I had a little bit more of a layer on me.
That was my fluctuation also, same percentages. Yep.
Exactly. And I see it in pictures too now, compared to where I am doing mostly just strength training. And yeah, it's visible. And I was running 5Ks, 10Ks, definitely not a lot, but way more than I am now. And I don't know, I didn't feel my best. I definitely feel my best now, was focusing on strength training and building muscle. I think that's a good point. Like, at rest, where is our metabolic point or our set rate as far as burning calories? And the more muscle we have consuming those calories doing nothing, the better, right?
Yeah, that's the great thing about muscle, is it burns calories for you even when you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix. But
Yeah.
if you went for a run yesterday, you didn't add any muscle to your body, so you burnt some calories while you were running. But now when you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix, you're not getting any additional benefit there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I don't want people to think that we're bashing cardio or running. Like,
Nope,
I want people to
I ran 3 times this week. I love it.
Exactly. Me and you are both fans of that. I did 2 very hard rowing workouts last week. So like, we're fans of cardio, but understand why you're training cardio, right? I did those workouts to enhance my aerobic capacity, the ability to breathe. I'm assuming you did the same thing.
Yeah, you do your swimming because you enjoy swimming, and
Yes.
there's a challenge you're trying to complete, the 47 lakes in the Adirondacks. So you've got like a performance goal there. And for me, I enjoy running, for one thing, and I've got my sights set on maybe doing a couple races this summer. So I want to get in shape for that. But we're definitely not doing that because we think it's going to help us lean out.
Exactly.
That would be the last thing I would do for leaning out.
Yes. So I just want the listeners to be clear. We're not anti-cardio. We're anti-cardio if that's your only solution to get leaner.
I just wanted to take a quick break from this episode to tell you about one of my all-time favorite supplements, Collagen Protein. I've been taking collagen for over 15 years, and I consider it a staple in my daily health routine. Collagen is the primary building block of connective tissues, such as hair, skin, and nails, as well as ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and bone. If we don't get enough collagen, then these tissues age prematurely, leading to wrinkled skin, thinning hair, and painful joints. That's why I take collagen every day. It keeps my hair, skin, and nails healthy, and my joints strong and pain-free. The brand I use is NativePath. I choose NativePath because their collagen is the highest quality available. It's organic, it comes from grass-fed cows, it includes both type 1 and type 2 collagen peptides, and it's hydrolyzed, which is critical for better absorption. NativePath even makes collagen coffee creamers. I personally use the vanilla creamer, and it's absolutely delicious. I highly recommend adding collagen to your health routine. If you're interested, go to nativepath.com and use the coupon code AISA15 to get a 15% discount on your order.
Yep. So I think for listeners who do want to lose weight, if we were to create like, and it's super individual, so we can't like create the perfect workout plan for someone right here, but it would be something along the lines of try to do some resistance strength training, maybe 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, And then if you wanted to, you could add in a little bit of cardio here or there on a couple days, but that part's not necessary.
Yeah. And if you're a cardio junkie and like, it doesn't need to be the LSD type training, right? Like
Right.
low,
Long,
long
slow
distance.
Yep.
I love like hill sprints, where you take a steep hill, run 20 to 30 seconds hard up that hill, walk slash rest for 2 to 3 minutes, and then do that 10, 15 times. Or, run hard for a minute, walk a minute, run a minute, walk a minute. Those are all quite effective too. It doesn't have to be the 10-minute per mile slog for 5 miles. So
yeah, and I mean, if people when we use the word cardio, it's a strange word, but yeah, like if you're just looking for the cardiovascular benefits, like you actually just want to benefit your heart and arterial system and all that kind of stuff, strength training or the high intensity work does it even better than the long, slow aerobic training. You get like, I mean, you've done a heavy set of whatever, like 8 lifts, and your heart could be pounding out of your chest for the next 5 minutes after that.
For sure.
Or like what you were just talking about, like sprints.
Yep.
If I do a 100-meter sprint all out, it only takes like whatever, 12, 13 seconds, but then you're on the ground, like panting, and your heart is pounding out of your chest for minutes afterwards. So
yes,
you get an incredible cardiovascular benefit from just intense weight training or sprinting. Yep.
Yes. All right. So that's number 1 exercise myth. The first one. Second one is the scale measures progress. So I'm assuming they're thinking the weight scale.
I guess they're looking for weight loss progress, right?
Yeah, I guess, and we do hear this a lot where a lot of people are fixated daily or weekly, almost to where it's a real negative piece mentally for these people that are looking to the scale for results to therefore boost their self-esteem and or make their day, right, or week. Like, I lost 3 pounds. I'm actually hearing it now. Taking Asher to school, there's these radio shows doing these weight loss New Year's things.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, today I heard this today, I was expected to be down 7 pounds over the last 2 weeks. And I just want to let everyone know I'm down 3, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I knew we were going to talk about this. And so, it's just perfect timing. And, I don't know. I tell people to throw the scale away. I don't know what you tell them, but.
Oh boy, I like my scale. I have one, and I do track my weight. But that's only the one metric, and it's by far the least important. Yeah, I love this myth. The fact that people are fixated on the scale, and they really shouldn't be. The one thing that I would prefer people to look at, and it's just a shame we can't measure it easier, is body fat percentage.
Yes.
If you're worried about your, let's say, aesthetics, your leanness, how you look, and you're trying to recomp your body a little bit so that you just look better, which, that is a goal for a lot of people. Body fat percentage tells you so much more if you're going in the right direction than the scale weight. I mean, we say it all the time that muscle weighs, more than fat, for the same volume. So you put on a little bit of muscle, you lose a little bit of fat, you look a lot better. But if you put on 2 pounds of muscle and you lost 2 pounds of fat, the scale stayed the same, and then you get all depressed because the number didn't go down. But in actuality, you burnt 2 pounds of fat off your body, and you added 2 pounds of amazing muscle that's going to help your health and help you get further lean down the line. Like, you did an incredible job. And if you're just looking at the scale, you think you did nothing. Yeah, that's so frustrating.
Yeah. And, a few things, in addition to that, regarding the fluctuations is water weight.
Yeah.
Water weight, I know, let's say I do a hard aerobic session. It could be jujitsu or rowing. I rode a 5K last week. The week before that, I did 8 500-meter, hard intervals. That's a lot of sweat. And I can fluctuate 5 pounds in a day based on water weight. And I'm sure you've seen the same with a run,
I can
right?
fluctuate more than that. Yeah. Actually, it happened yesterday, because yesterday I did 4 miles on the treadmill, and I ran kind of hard, so I was sweating. And I did weigh myself before and after.
Oh, okay.
It was a difference of like 6 pounds. I mean,
wow.
And that was only 4 miles. It wasn't a long,
sure,
a long run.
Sure. And there's so many other factors other than exercise that obviously change water weight retention, food.
Sure, just what you've eaten. Some
Yeah.
foods are going to cause you to hold on to more water than others.
Yep.
How much sodium
Yep.
you've got in your diet.
Stress. Sleep. I know if my sleep is off, like if I have a red eye flight or something got jammed up for the night or two, I'm puffy, I just feel, I can feel it in my face, and I just feel like I'm retaining water, and so, yeah, it's a very poor metric in terms of overall health and, improvement and overall physicality,
If I was going to tell people what they should focus on instead of one of those numbers, even instead of body fat percentage, would be like your progress in the gym.
Yes,
because what
totally.
I want to see someone
Totally.
doing if they're trying to lose weight is do regular strength training. And if you're adding muscle to your body if you're getting stronger, typically that's, they go pretty hand in hand there. So yeah, just have a good, well-structured workout and see if you can improve your performance on all your various lifts or whatever your goals are. And as long as you're getting more fit and stronger in the gym, then your body's going to go in the right direction as far as the aesthetics you want.
Absolutely. Me and you always say that your body is going to adapt according to your performance levels.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that, if you can't look tremendously out of shape, but be in shape.
You can't look like a marathoner without being a marathoner. You can't look like a power lifter without being a power lifter.
Yes.
Whatever it is you're going for in terms of like your aesthetics or look or whatever, start doing the activities that they kind of promote that sort of body type. If you want a lean athletic body, then start resistance training and competing in some strenuous exercise that goes hand in hand with that body shape.
We want to thank Suttmeier Law Firm for being a podcast show sponsor. Suttmeier Law Firm has worked with numerous clients within our community for years, and they couldn't come more highly recommended. They offer legal advice and representation for a range of residential and commercial real estate law issues. Are you buying a house, refinancing, having mortgage problems, or contract disputes? The team at Suttmeier Law Firm can guide you through these processes. As a special offer to our listeners, they are offering a free consultation when you mention the A is A Health Podcast. Visit their website at suttmeierlaw.com or call 315-363-7777 today.